In the name of Allah, most compassionate, most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. I am Celine from Canada. My new name is Umm-e-Kalthum. I became Muslim almost 3 years ago, right after Ramadan, in between the two Eids. My spiritual search lasted over 30 years. I was born a Catholic and found many things I did not agree with. I believe in Jesus, but did not believe that he was the Son of God, nor that he was God. Concluded on my own that he was a rabbi since he was a learned Jew and a teacher. Because of this I went and studied under rabbis and learned the Tanakh, the Torah, and some of the laws of Judaism. I learned the kosher laws and the proper way of cooking, and the rules of being a woman. It became natural that men and women prayed separated as the women were together. Though Judaism was not the answer for me, I gained an understanding of its religious and spiritual ways. I then looked into women's spirituality but found that it was lacking something. It was not always monotheistic in practice because they believe in a goddess, and disclaimed many teachings by inventing a new way of life. I had a lot of problems with God being a woman since I did not believe he was a man either. I liked the Judaic way that God was unseen and unknown. Because of this I could not understand their teachings, but I did agree in the equality of men and of women. Because of this I respect their search, but their methods did not appeal to me. In 1990, I learned about native spirituality. Though they believe in the Creator and the oneness of the world, I could not become native. I had to find my own spirituality. I was shocked when my country, Canada, went to war against Mohawks in 1990. I fought side by side with them for about 5 years. I was working, but at that time I was offered a choice. I saw two paths in front of me, one the path of God, the other the path of man. I made a conscious commitment towards God, that I would serve him and use my talents to propagate his word and his message, that is, one of peace and of justice through his laws. I chose the path of God instead of that of man, in this case human. When the crisis was finished, after 5 years, God guided me back to my spiritual roots. Most of my life I had friends that came from North Africa and the Middle East. They were Jewish, Christian, and Muslim, but whether they observed their religion or did not, it mattered little to me, as I did not believe in organized religion. I have strongly believed all my life that I should talk directly to God and ask what I needed and thank him for what he gave me. I also strongly believe in the equality of men and women, and the equality of all races in front of God and of people. Christianity taught me about Jesus, whom I believed in. Judaism showed me I could talk to God directly, that men and women should worship separately, and that God had dietary laws. Mohawks showed me that men and women were equal though they had different obligations. Where could I find all of this? No religion, no teachings could offer me all of this, but God was there to guide me. When I was 25 years old, I met and fell in love with a young man. He was Iraqi by birth, Jewish by religion, and lived in Israel for many years. He came to Canada in the 1970s, and we met and fell in love. Then there was a war between Israel and Lebanon. We were to get married and he decided to go back and fight in the army. Sadly, he was killed. For many years I kept the hurt bottled up inside of me. But Allah protected my heart and gave me a great gift. I met a Lebanese girl. She was Shia Muslim. She was not very religious, but she was proud to be Muslim. We talked and I told her what happened. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and told me she lost her brother during that same war. To this day we do not know if her brother killed my boyfriend or vice versa. Maybe they did not kill one another. That too is a possibility. What came out of this, after the tears and the hurt, are that we became very good friends, and she helped me heal my aching heart. I also saw the horrors of war and its evilness, how people get hurt. In 1995 there was a controversy in Montreal about women wearing hijab, so I decided to document this myself, and look for interviews since I had a spot on the radio for about 4 years, doing native, North African, and Middle Eastern news. I met through a friend this very kind woman. She is Iraqi. Allah does work in unusual ways, who spoke about the importance of wearing hijab and what it meant to her. What struck me with her was her deep commitment towards God whom she called Allah. I was impressed by her truthfulness and her kindness of heart. She explained to me what was Islam. She told me that there is no other God but God. Men and women were equal, that all races were equal in front of God, that Jesus was a prophet, not a rabbi. That Maryam his mother was a great example, and that the dietary laws were less strict than in Judaism. To my astonishment, this is what I believe in. I started being friends with her, and within 1 month I became Muslim like her. I recited my Shahada with her. This was 3 years ago. I now wear hijab and I am very happy. I have gone back to university and am studying religions. My field is Islam, and I would like to go as far as my doctorate and become proficient in law for women, and hadith. I am presently writing a book about women and Islam in the 7th century in English. I now have a radio show which I co-produce with my friend, through whom I became Muslim. It lasts half an hour. We talk to women from around the world and from various religious denominations. I try with the help of teachers and religious leaders to demystify Islam and the message of Islam. I am also trying to document in the film the life of Muslim women and their role in society. Allah guided me and gave me what I was looking for through Islam. Because of this I try to use my pen and the airwaves to give a broad picture of all the facets of Islam and see the unity and the diversity that is Islam. My Muslim name is Umm-e-Kalthum, like the daughter of Prophet Muhammad. This is my story. Thanks for watching it. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.